The house in Malibu is on fire.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
the horses I own. You know, okay, I mean, you know.
Horses are so expensive.
So expensive.
I asked Lisa if a horse costs more than a child, and she said, yeah.
Oh, easy. But they're a lot sexier.
To kill. Oh.
What are you gonna bequeath?
I got a lot of shit. Honestly, I've thought about it. If I died, what would I want to happen to the drag?
Yeah, not burnt.
Not burnt.
Archived.
Someday if I have a Trixie Mattel museum, it could happen. I will have every costume deeply taken in before it's put on display.
Oh my God, 2-inch waist.
Oh, yeah. This big, this tall. He'll be like, I remember wearing this in the basement of World of Wonder.
She was a size
like a potholder.
-8. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about heat.
Ooh, finally.
It's too darn hot.
Hi, I'm the pet adoption agency and beauty salon Faster Pussycat Bang Bang, Trixie Mattel.
It is so hot on the flames on the side of my face, heating, Katya.
And welcome to the show where we talk about whatever we want.
Because it's our show.
And not yours. The show where we talk exclusively about Madeline Kahn.
Yes.
Yes. Flames on the side of my face. That is where I'm at when it's hot.
Yeah.
Flames at the side of my face.
Heating, yeah.
Impos.
Sizzling, burning heat.
Heat can be your best friend,
yeah,
or your worst enemy.
Yes, it can save your life or ruin it forever. Cook your dinner, ruin your marriage.
Yeah, you know, Batman and the Joker, drag queens in heat.
Arch nemesis.
This is what I'm gonna do from now on. When it's hot on set, if it was hot in here today, this is what I'm gonna do. Ready?
I mean, I'm hot.
I'm gonna go, hi Trixie, go into set. And I just leave and you never see me again.
Heat in drag, I mean, it was clear very early on that I picked the wrong profession.
Girl.
Mama, yeah, it's gross.
I'll say this. I think I'm a team player. Mm-hmm. I think I'll go along with basically anything. But when it's hot.
When it's too darn hot.
When you expect me, Tracy Martell, to be in drag for 4, 6, 8 hours and the 12. Air conditioning isn't.
Arctic. Aggressively hypothermic.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell
him what happened 2 weeks ago when I called you late at night.
So she described to me a scenario that I would not have been able to do. She was in drag 12 hours on camera, hosting an event with no aircon in downtown Los Angeles. The fact that this is a man of Native American descent who was donning wigs, basically a snowsuit.
And you know what Native Americans do, right?
What?
Oh, indigenous Native Americans, when it's hot,
Nudity.
they're like naked.
Nudity.
I don't have that option.
No.
Because if I get naked, everyone tries to have sex with me.
Yeah, it's just hands off the cameras and onto their dongs.
Yes. I'm trying to do, welcome to blah, 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 and it's just Lubriderm squirting. Lubriderm, just, you know that porn thing with a loop, what is it, Cetaphil?
Cetaphil.
Cetaphil squirting my, and I'm trying to be like, hi, welcome to Pride. Whoa. You know, it's in the hair.
Yeah.
Body.
It's a whole different vibe. But so anyways, I was like.
So I call her, I start screaming.
And I'm so glad you did, because a problem shared is a problem cut in half. Although I did not help you with that problem, it was after the fact, although.
But I had to call one person who I knew would understand what it's like to be in a wig and be hot.
I had a visceral, because I was like, what would I have actually done? Because I think I would have snapped. I would have just quietly left and never come back.
Do you know what they did?
What did they do?
Somebody went to the CVS and picked up some of those personal tiny fans.
You know what? Why don't you go to Crate and Barrel and get me a meat cleaver, because I'm gonna use that and slice my own head in half.
They're not the only culprit.
Everybody's guilty.
I saw the faces of the who did this to me and the responsible. I was like, okay, managers, the venue, the production company, the network paying the production company, the sun.
There's sweat on all your hands.
And me.
Yeah.
And me. Because I recently talked to executive producer of RuPaul's Drag Race, Theron Smothers. That's right,
Theron Joan.
Smothers. And I said, Theron, how do you keep it so cold on set? Because on Drag Race, it's so cold. I have fantasies about the air conditioning on Drag Race.
I've said this before. The only thing I was worried about was the heat. How am I gonna survive the heat on Drag Race? It's subarctic. It is orgasmic.
It's incredible though, you love it, right? Yeah. He says I go in before the lights are on set, and I have a temperature gun. And I don't turn the lights on until it's 66 in there. And then I turn the lights on. He says he walks into rooms and checks the temperature, and if it's not right, they don't continue. I said, will you marry me?
Yes.
Or at the very least, follow me around and help me. Let me paint you a picture.
Please.
Provincetown, 2016. 55 performances in a theater that is called the Post Office Cabaret.
No aircon? Is there
one window unit in the back. I look like somebody has put a hose up my ass and shoved the water on high, and the water has to leave through my pores.
Did you have to do Jennifer Beals flash dance every single night just to like get the vibe? I mean, don't touch me.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Tell me.
I sweated so bad every night, and it was so hot that my corset started to rot. One night I thought, I keep smelling my feet.
Mold?
I keep smelling feet. That's so weird. It's not my feet. I keep smelling feet. I open up the corset, black spores.
No.
Yes. Yes. And again, category is.
We can't go to fungus. We can't go from fun to fungus.
Why have pride in summer? You can dress like a whore any month of the year. As if you need the sun to be out for you to wear booty shorts.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Me, Jason, and Bryce from the pit crew at Indianapolis Pride, me in the back of a convertible with a parasol, 99-degree weather. Here's what the drag queen should look like in the parade.
Yeah.
Here's what I looked like with the parasol.
Yeah.
A nightgown, saturated.
Yeah.
I remember pulling it off. I know you've been through this.
Mama.
The costumes grafted to my skin.
Yeah.
Tell the people at home what happens to your costumes at night on tour.
Oh, if they're not all hung out, it's essentially dipping them in the ocean. An ocean filled with murky, disgusting, poisoned water that comes from my body. And if they're not, they will immediately collect, not even mold, bugs, artifacts.
Now, you know what I've learned though too, and this is obviously like niche, but whenever I hear a story about a drag queen, we're like, oh, she was a nightmare. I'm like, I need you to flesh out this story.
Yeah, give me the details specifically.
Tell me why you think she was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, we booked her and we had her getting ready in this Airstream trailer with no heat. Okay, she wasn't a nightmare.
She was a victim.
You were the nightmare. What you're telling me is that she was a victim.
Yeah, she was a victim of a crime you perpetrated. Yes. And you must go to jail.
She was awful. We picked her up from the airport and she didn't want to go to the Olive Garden with us.
Yeah, for 4 hours. She didn't want to meet my cousins.
I feel like we're gonna have like a little gay boy watching this being like, what the f are these people talking about?
They make money putting on wigs.
I know.
And they have a problem with a little bit of dribble.
But you have to understand, I'm putting up with the feeling of feet, the feeling of a corset, the feeling of a wig, lashes. Yeah. The heat is the camel that breaks the straw's back.
The heat for me is the poison snake in my hole. Okay, how about this? Do you feel the heat? Do you feel the pressure? Do you feel called? I don't know what this question is.
Oh, I guess the word
heat. Like the figurative heat.
Oh, like put the heat. Put the heat on.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does that refer to? Pressure? Yeah. Oh,
the heat is on. Like
the heat is on. And also, you ever pack in heat?
I've never packed a heat.
Be careful, he's packing a heat.
What if you said, do you ever pack a heat? And I pulled out a huge gun I've held this whole time. What would you do?
A Desert Eagle 50 caliber handgun.
I go, don't worry, it's not loaded. It goes off, rafters fall from and I get killed, and you go, heat. And that's the end of the episode.
And now it's time to answer some of your burning hot questions that you've submitted online via the hashtag wowhelpme.
What's the best way to stay fresh in the tucking areas in NYC summer heat? Wowhelpme.
Oh, mama, 2 words. Gold Bond powder.
Get the spray.
Get the
spray. I use the spray-on Gold Bond powder, and I flower my like a Cornish hen.
I've never used the spray. It really works?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's an aerosol of the powder sprays out because Fina used to watch me use the Gold Bond powder. I would stand there nude, and I would shake it all like Parmesan cheese on a chicken wing. Oh yeah, and I would be completely naked. And I get the medicated kind, the spicy kind.
Yeah, the spicy kind.
The spicy kind.
The sriracha.
The amount of powder I would put up my hole.
It was like
a
a fried dough with all that confectioner's sugar at the fair.
100%.
Yeah.
I would basically do a booty bump of Gold Bond. We hope we helped you. If you have a question, you can tweet at World of Wonder using the hashtag wowhelpme. How do you stop from sweating, truly?
I mean, you take off, you get into a fan, and you accelerate the process of evaporation.
Oh, you know what else is worse? Can you turn the air on in the car and the first blast of air
Skin
is hot?
off. Yeah, skin
I
off
look
your
like
face.
Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor on that chain link fence.
Yeah, backdraft.
That's me at every Pride ever. Wait a minute.
It can happen.
Have we ever, maybe we should experiment with, because I know you've done towels under the wigs.
Oh, I
Maybe we should do
certainly
ice
have.
pack under the wig.
Maybe I should experiment with quitting drag.
Maybe today.
Yeah, I mean,
You ever know about the people who do the polar plunge?
I do know about it.
Okay, maybe we should do that in drag. Like at the end of this shoot day, Pete, if we could have a frozen lake that we could get in.
It would have to be you know how ice fishing, a circle?
Yes.
These stools drop right into a frozen lake below us.
This is it. I go,
you get
anyway, don't forget to subscribe to Wow Presents. I go like this, right through a chute in the ground.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, to fish me out, you guys have one of those tip-ups.
No, because Mama, I'm staying down there, I'm dying.
Oh yeah. And you go, is she okay? And my body is under the ice. You know in movies when they're under the ice, they're like, no! I'm going like
frozen.
this. A guy's could look like a garbanzo bean, but if he has central air, I'm f***ing tonight.
Yeah, I'm sucking and doing.
Whereas like, I don't care how hot you are, you wanna come over, I don't have air. You better hope your is big enough to reach all the way to Hollywood because I'm not coming over.
Do you have $500 for a hotel room?
Thank you.
You're welcome.